the new agenda in that we were a little late getting it up. Mr. Gates got it up a few minutes ago. I will show everybody where it is in the back office. What I'm doing for this quarter, what you'll see when you go out there, is I have scheduled trainings for the month of July. I have not scheduled any trainings for August and for September. Now, the reason is I scheduled trainings for July is there are some things that we need to talk about that does not get talked about very often in trainings with me. And since they don't get talked about very often in trainings with me, I'm assuming they're not getting talked about very often in trainings when I'm not there. Because I meet people in Myecon almost everywhere I go that can tell you something about the W-4. That is a training that always gets taught, and we got lots of great people around this company that implements that in their lives. But, Dexter reminded me of something other last month. There's very few people that know about a balance sheet. And there was another one of our great associates reminded me of something else. There's very few people understand how to do our budgeting system. See, we have a total package of how to fix your life. Another one of our associates reminded me that we have cash flow calculators, and yet I would say probably most folks don't know how to use them. And so I, as a co-founder of the company gets emails every time someone enrolled in the business or every time someone quit. The enrollments are good. I always like to say they go, ching-ching. That's that cash register ringing up that money. But I'm always interested in why people quit. And many people quit our business. And they say things like, I did not know I had to pay for credit repair. They told me it was free. I didn't know I had to do this. I didn't know how to do that. There are people who have never logged into their website, and they quit, and they say, well, I didn't know this or I didn't know that. So tonight, I decided to start this month off because these are going to be some classes that we do not teach regular, but I am going to teach them this month, and I'm going to record them so they can be placed on A-Curve training. And if you don't want to teach them to your downline, you can simply get a link. John Douglas has told me this will work. You can simply copy the link and send it to them and say, watch this, and Mr. Curry will take you through your website so you'll know how to work your website. Ladies and gentlemen, if they don't know how to work their website, they're going to quit. They have wrong expectations. So I want you to know that I want to help your team and you to work this business. So let's look at tonight how to get your team and you to get moving on understanding their personal website. Now, everybody's website looks exactly the same, except up in the right-hand corner where you see I choose my economy. That's the name of a site that I'm using that I do training on. I have it in my grandson's name, Chase Curry, but he's not actively in this business, but it is simply a site that I had to have a name to use. I use my grandson's name, and I put it in his name here, the business. Now, if you look at the website from right here, as all of you can see, there's an eagle right here in the corner. This eagle, if you choose to, this eagle can be removed, and you can put your picture there. When we get to that part, I talk to you about how you can put your picture here, if you like. Many people put their pictures there. So up here in the bar, this is your email, your web address It says chasecurry.myecon.net. If you want someone to look at your website, which you should want to do, that's the link, that's the address you would give to them. Now, if you gave someone chasecurry.myecon.net, they'll be able to see everything about Myecon, and they'll be able to enroll, but they wouldn't enroll under you. So it is very, very important as you give people your web address, you give them yours and not someone else's. Let me tell you how someone sometimes gives someone else web address. Let's say you choose to have Chase Curry 01. Well, that's a different web address. But if somebody was typing, they just type in Chase Curry and then type 01, because they're so close to Chase Curry. And many people have addresses similar to that. Now, you can have Chase Curry, the .myecon.net is the company's domain. That's automatically there. I'll show you that when we get to that in just a minute. But here is the thing. You cannot put Myecon in your name. There are people who try to put Myecon in their name, and you cannot put Myecon in your name. When we see that, you're going to get a letter from Mr. Gates telling you you're going to have to select another name. You're going to take Myecon out. You cannot use Myecon's name in your name. I saw someone sent me a request on LinkedIn. They wanted me to, whatever they call it, I guess, friend them, whatever you call it on LinkedIn. And they said they were the owner of Myecon. I didn't know who they were. They had Myecon owner. Well, that ain't quite true. You're supposed to say Myecon independent associate. That independent associate is very important for you to put on there, not owner. You are not the owner of Myecon. You are an independent associate of Myecon. Now, if you notice, all the websites have independent associate on them. See right here. Now, I know all of my veteran leaders. I already know everything I'm talking about right now. But I'm certain I've already said some things that some of the newer associates did not know. Because while many of our veteran leaders already know this, we haven't taken the time to teach and educate our teams on these things. Now, it's a matter of a short time, but it needs to be done. All right, so if you come over here to About Us, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it tonight, but you should click on it and you should read About Us. Now, you're going to see on the About Us page here, this is Larry Gates. He is the CEO of the company. I can't imagine how many people I've heard call me the CEO of the company. And even more than call Ivan the CEO of the company. This is my wife. She's the CFO of the company. CFO, for anybody that stands for Chief Financial Officer, CEO, Chief Executive Officer. And June Collier is the VP of Marketing. Ivan and I are independent associates, just as you are. So we're not on the corporate team. Okay? Now, let's go to products. These are products that you sell to anybody who want to buy your product. So you are a Myecon independent associate. You send someone your page and tell them to go to products. If they want to buy identity theft, you can take them to, they come here and they can buy identity theft. We're not going to go through all the products, but if they choose to come here and don't want to join Myecon, this is where that person buys credit repair. But if you join Myecon, which all of you should have already on, you have credit repair. I'll show you that in just a minute. Travel, health and wellness. Okay? Come back and cashback ball. And then hand sanitizer. All of these are products. Now, there are certain products you do have to buy. a person told us, more than one person told us this. Why don't we give everybody all these products and just have to pay one price instead of people having to order? Well, if we did that, there would be a price we'd have to calculate for what is the monthly fee for the cash flow manager. What's the monthly fee for the identity theft? What are we going to do with credit repair? What are we going to do about travel? What are we going to do about health and nutrition, coffee? Okay, what are we going to do about roadside assistance, auto protection, hand sanitizer? So we were going to give you a month supply of all of these things. Then your monthly fee would not be $34. Your monthly fee might be $199. Now, everybody don't want hand sanitizer every month. Everybody don't want, let's say, nutrition every month. Everybody don't want coffee every month, maybe. And some people don't even, some people say, I don't want identity theft. I don't know why, but they don't. So if we charge everybody, let's say $199 and get everybody all these products.
Yes.
Okay.
You can say
No. Whoa. You louder than me, dog.
No,
Okay. All right, guys. Some of y'all are unmuting yourself because I have muted this 2 or 3 times. And every time I look up, some of the same people be unmuted again. Somebody just unmuted themselves. Now, if we keep doing this, what the system does is when you unmute yourself, it pulls you up and I see you talking. Then if I call you out, you'll say, I put you on blast. But I'm not going to let you take over the call. I ain't the one. You cannot take over the call. So I'm asking you to be kind and keep yourself muted. Because you are unmuting yourself. I'm not. I'm the host. And right now, as we speak, I'm sitting there looking at somebody just unmuted themselves. I just muted them. And that don't make no sense to keep unmuting yourself. Now I'm going to call you out. Then you're going to think I'm doing you wrong. Okay? Because they're going to be recorded. And every time somebody listens to this, they're going to hear me calling you out. All right now. Y'all know I'm not joking. Okay? All right. Last warning. All right. So we don't do the products like that. We put products in here, services that we can afford inside of the membership price we have. There's other products. If you want them, you have to buy them. Then we come over here to the opportunity video. Most folks have no idea. Where do you get an opportunity video from? This is the 5-minute opportunity video right here. It's roughly 5 minutes. Ida does this. This video, you can send someone the link to this video. Now, if you look up here in your browser here, you can see this says chasecurry.myecon.net/opportunity video. So if you just want to send that video to them, you can do this. This is a 5-minute video that you can send to someone. Now, I know we have other videos, but we're going to go on. Now, we're going to come to contact. Excuse me. Contact. This is very important. When someone is up here says, contact and I choose Myecon, it tells you clearly. Name, email address, phone number, and all that go right there. When that happens, you come down and put in that little old message there. But now, if someone wants to contact the corporate office, it can't get it easy. Just go to the bottom of the page, and it says corporate office. It gives you the official mail address. It gives you associate service. Remember, you're an independent associate. So we call it associate services. You can call it customer service if you like. It tells you the hours we're open. It tells you the phone number to the office, fax, and email. It's very, very simple. Now, I don't know how much simpler it could be than that. Now, so this is the corporate information. So now, in addition to the corporate information here. Okay. Now we have join now. Just going right across these icons here on the top. When someone click on the join now button, again, chasecurry.myecon.net/join-now will take them straight to your website. But if you do Chase Curry, it's going to come to mine. When they type in this information, first name, no initial, last name, and all that, it's going straight to the database. Please spell your name correctly. If you like to have your first initial capitalized in your name or whatever, do it. I have seen people type up here. Let me use an example. They'll type in the first way, it says first name, they'll type Alvin Curry. Then they'll come out in the last name, they'll type Curry again. So now it'll say Alvin Curry Curry. Then they'll call to the office, y'all got my name wrong. Well, the system does have it incorrect. But the office didn't put that in. And neither did I. So again, ladies and gentlemen, teacher team. Now here's where some of the problems come in at. Some of y'all don't let new people fill out the enrollment app. Some of y'all fill out the enrollment app for them. Because y'all need to do it because y'all in a hurry. They get it done quick. I think it's well worth letting them go through. That's a part of training. Letting them go through filling it out on their own. Because I think that makes it understandable to them and is a part of training. Now, if you have a business name, that's the name you want to use, put the business name in, and click on it for add business name if applicable. Add a spouse name if you want to. You can add that. You click on those, it'll allow you to add it. Now, we need a shipping address, so we ship you stuff. Just like right now, all hand sanitizer is shipped through FedEx. We can't ship it through the post office. So if we don't have a physical address we can ship that to, we wouldn't be able to ship that to you if you got a P.O. box. It's okay to have a P.O. box, but when you say, I want a shipping address, we have to have a physical shipping address. We must have phone, email address must be correct, and then you must initial $29.95. The person must initial $29.95. Then it tells them in here what they're getting inside of here at the $29.95 and $34.95 a month. If there's a coupon code, we'll discuss that later. You can put that in if you give them a coupon. Some of you buy the $25 coupon code and you give them, they put it right here, and it'll give them a discount of $25 on the code. There is no requirement to get the training manual, but we sell about 60% of the people who enroll in this business buy a training manual. Training manuals are for people like me who like hard copies. We got a nice embossed gold, blue, navy blue embossed notebook. It says Myecon, personalized success confident, and has the stuff in there. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. It's optional. However, if you buy it, it will charge you $24.95 for it at enrollment. So when somebody goes there and says, oh, I thought nope. If you buy it later, it is $38. Now down there, I'm going to get the username. This is very important. See that Myecon.net is already out here. So there is no reason to put in here chasecurry.myecon.net. You only need to put Chase Curry in here. The Myecon.net is already here. Now, when a person comes down and click continue, it will not go to the next page until you correct all of the yellow. So it's going through, and see, I got a lot of yellow here now. So you can see all of the stuff that I did not correct. And since I did not fill this out, I cannot go to the next page. The next page, however, is simply putting in your payment information. And once you put your payment information in, it closes out and say, you are now enrolled. Congratulations or something like that. You're enrolled. Now on that last page, If you can print it out, it's always a good idea to print it out. If not, you should write down the temporary password, your username, and web address. You should write that down so you can have that to log in. Now, once you get all of that, your website is made immediately. You can then come on here and log in. The first time you log in, it's going to require you to change your username. Excuse me, not your username, your password. It's going to require you to change your password. That's why you need the temporary password, because it gives you the temporary password because you need that. Now, over here on getting started, some of the first things you ought to do is you ought to tell everyone, go to the mobile app section and download these mobile apps. So right here, you got two mobile apps, Myecon mobile app, and then we have the Cash Flow Manager mobile app. You should tell everyone, go there immediately and download those applications. Now, let's go back to BMC Home. And while we're at BMC Home, I like to go to My Account first. Go to My Account. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these things on My Account, but I want you to see here. Okay. Profile. Name, address, phone, and spouse name. If you need to change any of that stuff, that's where you go to change it. You don't have to call off to get it changed. My business. That's add the spouse name. Okay. I'm a sponsor, sorry. And then my renewal. Okay. That's, you can change the payment card there. Some folks cancel their business because they say, I got to use a new card. Now, that just clearly they was not trained. They go right here and click on this and change the card. Some folks said, I need a month off. I'm going to come back next month. Well, they can just take the card off and come back next month. And they want to cancel the business. Yeah, they can call in and cancel it, but they can run in and cancel it. And when they do, it will allow them to cancel it. We ask them to tell us why, but they don't have to. They come right here and cancel their business. Don't be afraid to tell someone where to cancel their business at, folks, because let them know that they can cancel. Now, you heard some of the leaders out here use the coupon code. You come right here on Coupon Center, click on Coupon Manager, and now you got a $15 or a $25 coupon. It tells you buy coupons. Well, you don't have to stockpile coupons because it's going to be the minute you complete paying for it, they're going to pop up in your system and they're going to be ready. And all you need to do is give the number to whomever you wanted to. You can email it to them or text it to them so they have it correct. And then when they put that coupon code in, when they enroll it, it's going to take off $15 or it's going to take off $25, whatever you give them. Those are enrollment coupons. Now, let's go back up here. This, again, is the My Account. Under my website, you can change the site settings. That means you can go on here, and when you change things, you can change things like, I like to tell people, make their name in big, bold, capital letters, all caps. It makes it stand out big and bold on here. So you go over here and look at this site right here, for example, where I have Chase Curry. All I did is put that in capital letters, all caps. I put in Chase Curry. I choose My Economy in all caps. And when I put that in, that's how it looks on here. You can do that. So now you want to look at, if you want to change the site, whatever you want to do, you want to add on here an email address or something like that. You can change email addresses under my website, passwords, and you can upload a photo. And then everybody ought to go to My Commission. We expect you at some point to get a commission. You need to fill out a Form W-9 and a direct deposit, because we're not going to send you any commission in a check. So we don't do our checks around here. But we pay every Friday, and we direct deposit all money into your account. So we're going to need you to immediately, if you have not done this, go log in, go to My Account, under My Account, under My Commission, complete the W-9. That's simply verifying your Social Security or tax ID number. It's going to ask you for a form of ID, identification, and complete the direct deposit, and then we will direct deposit in your account. Up under BMC Home, this is where it comes up to at Business Management Center. Now, I think now the first thing they ought to do is go to Get Started and watch these videos. These videos will help you understand how to get started in Myecon. Very, very important that a person take the time to watch the video on Myecon. Some folks watch videos from other leaders out there and never watch the Myecon one. It is very important that you tell people what they pay in $34.95 for is the income shifting membership. They need to understand what the $34.95 covers. The first thing it covers the cash flow management. You see off over here, it covers the credit repair. So they don't have to pay for it, they're right. But they got to enter the credit repair from over here, not from the outside. That's what customers buy it. So you must make sure you tell them, log into your website, go to BMC Home on the income shifting membership, bam, and you got the cash flow management, and you got the credit repair. This is where you get this at. They need to understand that. Very important. Now, we come over here. I won't go through all of these. You got reports. You ought to open this up at some point. Everybody, look at all the reports down here. If you're trying to get to the next promotional level, the best thing to do is if you come on here to report and you log into reports, click on reports, and go down to rank qualification. If I go to rank qualification, I got a report down here going to tell me everything. So now I come here, and if I want to know what it takes to, why am I on gold, why am I on platinum? So if you're gold trying to get to platinum, if you click on the platinum report, it'll tell you what you need to get there. It'll tell you how close you are. If you're trying to get to infinity, it'll tell you where you are. It'll tell you exactly where you are, what qualifies. You hear us talk about a max leg. It'll tell you what the max leg is. Very, very important. This is the report. So you want to go down here, you want to look at this. Now this is just one set of reports. You have lots of reports here. One of the most important reports in here, I think, is the team sales report. This tells you who on your team makes sales. Surely if you're a person that's a platinum trying to go to infinity, you need to know who on your team is doing something. You need to know that. Commission reports. Again, we're not going to send out a check to you. However, we're going to do the commission reports, and this is where you're going to find all of your checks. So you know where they are, and you know what's going on. Customer reports. As you get customers, this will tell you who these customers are and where they're coming from. Very important. This is all in the Business Management Center or BMC Home. Business Management Center, BMC Home. This is all on the report. Now, let's go to something else. Okay, I'm going to go here to store right quick before I move on. I'm going to store. And then here's where you can buy sales aid, Myecon product, apparel, business cards, and you can access your cashback mall. These are things that you can do from the store. You need to know this. Now, we don't have a lot of public meetings and events right now, so that's going to be nothing under there. But when we have public meetings, we would have them out there. Let's go to the document center. We're going to click on the document center here, and we're going to go over to all of your training material. Now, come down, and what I tell people, especially in the early days, that you don't know what's here, click on all. And all of your reports are dropped down open. All of these document reports. And you'll see what's under here. So you see webinar conference call schedule. You see Alvin Curry. You see this was just uploaded today. If you put this out, you'll know what I'm training on next week and the following week. Now, you won't know what I'm training on in August and September because I don't know what I'm training on. I got an idea, but I want to wait till all the new stuff is out. And so I wanted to reserve August and September so I can do a great job at training you on some. We're going to be introducing some new products and services. And I want to make sure I have plenty of time to work with you on that. Ivy does calls every night. This is where Ivy does his calls. You don't need to get confused with what Alvin does is and what Ivy does is. Presentations. All of the presentations is over here. How to do a Myecon presentation. How to do a My Credit presentation. Then we have what's called the talking points. Presentation material. And then training material. These are things you need to know. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is all under training. We come down, we got compensation. And then we actually have the actual entire training manual. When you hear me talk about I'm training on a document, and I give you the document number, all you have to do is come in and look that up. It's in the document center. When I say document, it means in the document center, open it up all and look, and you can find the document I'm talking about. You can read that document and be going through it with me. Now tonight I'm just going through the website. But if I was going through one of those documents, you could go through it with me. And so we got all of these videos of old trainers and all this stuff, all these things here, folks. Now, when someone come in this business and that someone leaves the business without understanding anything, that to me does not make sense. I want to put this out and then I move on. I can go back to home and I can go back to log in once I've logged in and out without having to re-log in as long as I don't log out or shut the system down. If I log out or shut the system down, it will have to re-log in. Now, let me say this. People join Myecon and start talking to people about this. Give themselves at least the first 30 days to try to see if the system's going to work. I see people join Myecon in 4 or 5 days in, sometimes 2 or 3. They say, oh man, this whole web is too much. They quit. I see people 10 days in, they quit. Well, you're not going to get a refund, so why don't you at least stay in 29 days and quit the day before your 30th day. See if you get anything. This would be the equivalent of going to college. You sit down with your counselor, and they show you what is going to be required of you to graduate here with a degree in whatever you want to do. All they're doing is going through your curriculum with you. You enroll in the first week of school, you say, I'm quitting, man. I ain't got no degree yet. You've been in a week. The counselor told you you're going to take all these classes and pass. Folks, there is so much here that there is no way one person is even expected to learn it all in 1 month. They're not expected to learn it all in 2 months. If you are, You're far better than I ever was. And I'm not saying you're not better than me. I don't know that you are or not. But it took me years to learn this stuff. Now, that may be just because I'm a slow learner. But here's what I do know. I do know it now. And I'm committed to it now. And see, I've had people ask me this, Alvin, how do you get conviction? I get conviction because I read and study, and I won't quit till I get it. I will never, ever, ever quit. But I study and study and study and study to understand what it is I'm trying to understand. So here is what I know. If you don't learn the things we teach here at Myecon, and you may not do that, you may choose to go somewhere else, but you need to learn these things somewhere, and you need to apply them to your life somewhere. Because if you don't learn and apply them to your life somewhere, here's what's going to happen. You're not going to be successful. Let's not fool ourselves and think that there is someone else out here somewhere who don't know you. They just love you so much. They want to make sure that your credit is straight for the rest of your life. They want to take you through credit repair in the next 5 or 6 years, 3 times. They don't care whether your credit is straight forever or not. They don't want you to know. They want you to believe credit repair is hard. They need you to believe that your W-4 is too difficult for you to do. They need you to believe that. Because when you do, you can remain ignorant. And the longer you remain ignorant, corporations study to make money on you. They don't want you to know how it works. They don't want you to know the advantages of a business. They want you to come in and put blinders on your job and just stay in your little cubicle or stay in your little old space on the assembly line, wherever you are, and just do your job. That's all they want you to do. They don't want you to know anything else. And ladies and gentlemen, you got to want to know. And here's the thing. You got to tell your team and train your team. A person shouldn't be in this business within 72 hours and you haven't talked to them about what's on their website. I was talking to one of our team members today, and they said, well, yeah, I don't know, man. I would just get on and go look around. That's true for some people. But I find lots of people over the years, thousands of them, have quit and never logged into their website. Now, why they did not log in, I don't know. But Mr. Gates can see when a person logs in. If they still have the temporary number, we know they never logged in. Some of these people stay in for a year and don't log in. Folks, don't take for granted that your team is just going to go out and miraculously get this. Some of us, because we now have it, we assume that somehow we got it through osmosis and other people ought to get it. Some of you are going to assume because I talked about this tonight on the call, you now don't have to talk about it. And I'm telling you, people don't get it by hearing it once or twice on a call. Somebody needs to take them by the hand and say, let me show you how you get straight. And all of a sudden, they will appreciate that. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn the recorder off, and I want to thank you for being on this call tonight. If you feel like you have questions or you just want to hear the questions other people may have, if you stay on this call, I'm going to answer every question anyone has tonight. So again, thank you for being on the call tonight. God bless you. If we don't talk again, which we probably won't with a lot of you, Be very safe on the 4th of July. But before you really get started on the 4th, remember, it's about your financial freedom. When you go spend money with everybody else out there, you help them to be free. Don't ask why is Myecon going to do business on the 4th. 90% of the business around you going to be open. And they're going to have employees in there working. And you're going to go to some of those. So what if you need something from the store? You run down to the store. Well, employees have to work because you want something from the store. What if you need gas? What if something happens in your house and you got to go to a Home Depot or wherever? What if your car breaks, you got to go to the parts store? All these businesses are going to be open. So we have a business. We chose to have it open. Your Financial Independence Day is July the 4th, 2020. God bless you. Thank you for being on the call, Mike. My name's Alvin Curry. I'll talk to you soon. Now, good night. All right.